Hi, my name is Jolly Estaris. In marketing, I think since the beginning of my career. So I think this house is a real expression of who I am and what my background has been.
So hi, I'm Aldwin. I'm a marketing and advertising professional as well. Slightly less years as Jolly.
Yes, this is Soba.
She's our 9-month-old West Highland Terrier. She's a part of the furniture.
Yes, she just sleeps mostly. Oh yeah, we also have another cat. We have a cat named Noodle, who is our original pet. She is 4,
She's 4.
turning 4.
Yeah.
We also have a fish. His name is Sotanghon. So, so that's why this is called the House of Noods, because all of our pets are named after Noodle. So Noodle, Soba, Sotanghon, and hopefully, I don't know, what other, Udon maybe in the future, we don't know.
Let's leave it at 3. Our advertising work kind of just flowed back into decided to design the house, how we decided to design the user experience around the home. Actually, one of the best compliments that we got in our many housewarmings were that they love how each corner has a user experience in mind, and that both the design and the smart home stuff actually helps achieve that smart home experience and that user experience. Actually, from the beginning naman, we had smart home written on our brief. So that we had a PowerPoint and everything that we gave to our designers, and literally we had a wish list of things that we wanted in the house and the different features that we wanted in a smart home. So I think SmartAge was one of the first suppliers that we actually considered, and they actually eventually won out because they were the ones who could integrate the smart home of it and the smart of it and the home of it. So it really felt like it was very design forward. It didn't clash with anything that we wanted to do design wise with the interiors, and it out of everyone that we considered, they had the nicest hardware and also the best UI that we encountered.
So the home was meant to be a smart home from the start. So if you looked at our brief, it was very detailed PowerPoint. So every room, it would say, here is how you want it to look. Here are the smart things you want in it. You want the lights, you want the blinds, you want whatever. And actually, we were the ones who introduced SmartAge to our designer. So I think, well, you can let them speak for themselves, but I think this was one of the first briefs that the designer got that was very hardcore. We want a smart home. And so actually they ended up being kind of guinea pigs for SmartAge. So they tested the stuff first before they brought it to our home. So yeah, that was the whole journey with them. Yeah, I mean, I think what really sold us was the idea of creating scenes in a home. For me, I think lighting is such an important part of design in general. So you can have great design, but if the lighting is not nice, it can really bring a design down. And if you have a collection of, drop lights, pin lights, linear lights and everything, it'll be extremely difficult and painstaking to have to control each one ng isa-isa. So the idea of being able to sort of group lights together, create scenes, whether you're in a housewarming setting or you're in a drinking setting or just
a movie setting.
A movie setting or a chill setting, I think that's the part that sold us into it the most. And for the most part, I think it's lived up to it. And we've been even toying with some of these scenes as we go along. I think the more we live here, the more we realize what our use cases are, and then we sort of modify the programming based on that.
Yeah. What I'm actually looking forward to are the automations. Like for example, if it's sunset, the blinds will automatically go down so that it's not too hot for the pets, or even though we're not at home, right? Or eventually figuring out how we can sort of make small tweaks so that we can really make the house serve us and be the best version of it that we want.
Controlling parang groups of lights, and also about creating an experience. So I think one thing I love is this powder room, which you'll see later, but everything in that room is motion controlled. Yeah. So we had a motion controlled toilet, so people would just come in front of it and it would go up by itself. But more importantly, we put in a motion sensor there, where if a person stepped in, the cove lights would glow, the mirror, the vanity would glow as well, and it becomes this really beautiful kind of under the sea kind of experience. And so we think we're both frustrated creatives and tech nerds, and I think this was the parang combination of those two aspects of who we are. And so stuff like the what do you call this, the smart film on our in our den door, I think like demonstrating that to friends is always really fun because they only see that in offices.
Yes.
So when suddenly
Our boardroom is the only one that has it.
that's true. So when people suddenly see it go pick, they're like, wow, it's amazing. So yeah, I think that's how the smart home stuff really elevates the design.
And I think there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to it. So again, we when we were designing the place, really designed it smart home ground up, right? So that like all of the individual sort of wiring we could integrate into the plans and the build already, versus before when in our individual homes, like we had like smart plugs, we had smart bulbs, but that solution wasn't as optimal as if it were designed from everything from the wiring to the way the lights are set up to the modularity of it. So we actually enjoy the fact that like we can change the feel of the room just by changing the color of the lights, and SmartAge really gave us that flexibility. And yeah, and also the fact that we can build up on it as the technology improves, and like we can add more smart home stuff to sort of like create scenes, create automations, create different experiences for ourselves and for our guests.